Yo, what's good, everybody? Matt Colombo here, back with another video. I just wanted to say thank you for all the support on the last video about the Atlanta Hawks. If you haven't already checked that out, please go give it a watch. It's a very good breakdown of their offseason. But in today's video, we will be talking about the Charlotte Hornets and how they did in their offseason. Now, not a lot of people were expecting Charlotte to, make themselves pretty competitive. Now they're not for sure gonna make the playoffs or anything. I'm not saying they're gonna make the playoffs, but at least they're giving themselves a chance with the signing of Gordon Hayward, and I think LaMelo Ball was the perfect draft pick for the Hornets. Even if Edwards or Wiseman was there, I think LaMelo Ball is just the guy you got to take. I think Jordan, the general manager, Michael Jordan, obviously the GOAT. I think he made a great move taking LaMelo Ball. I mean, LeVar now can play Michael Jordan 1v1, but yeah, we won't talk about that. Um, LaMelo, he really could blossom here in Charlotte. Most people are be like, if he went to the Knicks or if he was on a higher market team. I honestly don't think that would be the best for him. I think just Charlotte, not as many people will be watching him. I mean, I think a lot of people will be watching him though because he's LaMelo Ball, but he'll be more comfortable and I think he'll love it there. Gordon Hayward is a great guy, great character, and I really like the fit of Charlotte. You got to remember Gordon Hayward from Butler. He wasn't in like that big of an atmosphere in Butler. Was a underdog team. I mean it's a big college school, but I don't know. But it just seems like a good fit in Charlotte. I mean, you got to remember Gordon Hayward with Utah. They weren't the biggest market at the time. He kind of helped them, and then he went to the Celtics, got hurt, but he still played well when he came back. And I think, although he's old, like 31 or 30, I think Gordon Hayward can really bring some serious production to this team. And I think if they use him well, I think Gordon Hayward is actually a good signing. I know it was 30 million for 4 years, but a lot of people are just going to look at that and say, why pay a 30-year-old who's going to be 34 at the end of his contract 30 million a year? But you got to also look at it like you got LaMelo Ball and you got all these young players, PJ Washington, Miles Bridges. If you just give them Gordon Hayward, at least he can, like, the least that could happen is he only drops 14 and he doesn't do that well. But it's still not that bad. Like, I personally I like the signing. I think Gordon Hayward will succeed. He he can fit into any team and score the ball, and just he's a great defender. Like, he can drop 16 a game on any team, 18 a game on any, or like if he was on any team. But you know, Gordon Hayward, there's there's a lot to say positive about this guy, and I can't just talk about Gordon Hayward the entire time about how great he is, and I think it was a great signing. Now, a lot of people were calling Gordon Hayward crazy for taking not taking his player option with the Celtics, but obviously this worked out better for him. He probably knew that he could probably get this, so that was very nice of or very good for the Hayward family. And I'm happy for the man. I'm happy for him. But getting back to the Hornets, I do think they have a chance at like the eighth seed, but I don't think they're gonna get it like by being the straight up eighth seed. I think they're gonna be like the ninth or 10th seed because with this new playoff, uh, what's it called, like play-in tournament for the seventh and eighth seed, or is it just for the eighth seed? I don't know, but yeah, I think it's just for the. Well, anyways, I'm about to figure it out. But uh, the ninth and 10th seed play each other, and the seventh and eighth seed play. Yeah, so yeah. Um, so I think if they're in the ninth and 10th seed, they can definitely win, and they'll go to the eighth seed game. Uh, that's a long way from now, but I think that's the way they're gonna make the playoffs. I don't think they're just gonna be the seventh or eighth seed. Now, if Devonte Graham can just be a beast and just drop like 20 a game and just completely just destroy, like maybe then they could do something. But I honestly don't think Devontae Graham is gonna just turn into a absolute like Isaiah Thomas type beast. But I could be wrong. But Devontae Graham is a very valuable asset to this Hornets team. I think he's a very good shooter. I think he's not the best defender, but he he knows how to work with the team. He did it for a year and he blossomed out of nowhere, and it's just a great overall story for Devontae, and I'm very happy for him. I really like this Hornets team. Now getting to the focal point of the video, LaMelo Ball. Now this was a great pick, and let me tell you why. You may think like LaMelo's only gonna average like 10 and 8 and 5 or something like that, but still like he's gonna develop. Like that's the greatest situation for him to develop in Charlotte. So, and who knows, maybe he could have a great year and just drop 20 and 10 and just absolutely dominate. And that would be insane. And also they have Terry Rozier. Now, he's not the greatest like ever to do it, or obviously, but he sometimes thinks he's better than he is. But if he can settle down in his role as backup point guard, he's a pretty good defender, I would say. Um, and he can provide a lot of offense off the bench, so that's good for the Hornets. Thinking about some other players on the Hornets, their shooting guard situation, probably, well, who would they play there? Probably Nick Batum. No, Nick Batum is gone, I'm pretty sure, so, they got Malik Monk. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody really big here. Oh, Devontae Graham, of course, yeah, so LaMelo, Devontae Graham, Gordon Hayward, P.J. Washington, Cody Zeller. That's a pretty good lineup, not gonna lie. If P.J. Washington can develop, that's gonna be pretty good because P.J. Washington, to talk about him for a little bit, is a guy I'm very high on. I think P.J. Washington can be a very good defensive and like I think he can honestly be like a John Collins, but maybe with a little better shot. He's very good. Like I like him even better than somebody like Rui Hachimura. I like P.J. Washington a lot. Um, Now Miles Bridges. This does put Miles Bridges in a little bit of a tricky situation. Now we have to play him off the bench maybe, or yeah. So that hurts Miles Bridges' growth, bringing in Gordon Hayward. But I think it's fine. I'm not as high on Miles Bridges as I am on P.J. Washington, even though Miles Bridges could definitely be a good player. I just think that Miles Bridges is a great defender and dunker and 3-point shooter. So I really like the Hornets, and I think they'd be a really fun team to watch. So what my prediction for them this year is probably, I'm gonna say 10th seed, and they could potentially make the playoffs. And I think LaMelo is going to have a good year. I think Devontae Graham is going to put up similar numbers to his last year. I think P.J. Washington is going to have a breakout year. Miles Bridges is going to continue to clamp up and shoot the three ball well. I think Cody Zeller will have he's Cody Zeller, average year. And hopefully we can see some emergence from Malik Monk, who had a pretty bad start to his career. Maybe he can blossom with his friendship with LaMelo, it looks like on Twitter. But yeah, they did get rid of a couple players. What's it called? What was his name? Willie Hernan-Gomez. I don't think that hurts them too much. They still got a defensive center in Bismack Biyombo. He's not the greatest, but it's okay. I think they got Dwayne Bacon went to the Magic, but that's fine. They have plenty of young talents, and they drafted Grant Riller and I think some Jamaican center from like Nick Richards or something. I don't know if they drafted him this year, but Grant Riller is actually a good prospect. I think he could be like a Dwayne Bacon type player. And they still got the Martin twins. That's the two twins that most people don't know about in the NBA. They're actually really cool from I think Nevada. They look exactly the same, and they basically produce the exact same amount of numbers. So look for them. They're very good role players. They don't play much, but maybe they could play more this year. Um, let's see, who else do they have? That I think, if I'm not forgetting anybody else, let me just quick check. Uh, yeah, I think that's basically all. Let me just quick do a thing in my head. But yeah, I don't think I'm missing anybody. But let me know if I did. But basically, guys, that's gonna be all for today's video. Let me know if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment to tell me what I need to do better and what teams to do next. And smack a like on the button, hit the subscribe, turn notifications on. We'll be daily uploading, maybe another upload tonight. And without further ado, I'm out. Peace.